So I'm here with Alan, who is one of the owners at Three Kingdoms Games. Alan, can you tell me a little bit about this brand new Midtown location?
Yeah, so hi guys. We've had this Midtown location for about 3 months now. It's been going good, basically catering board games, card games, nerddoms to everybody, collectibles and such. Just everything that makes your heart go beep.
That's amazing. And you know, this area of Toronto, I always wish somebody would open up a card shop here because, you know, I love Magic and you have so much more. You have board games and everything. So, and a beautiful play space, which we're using for the Cube Championships this year. So besides the Cube Championships, you have a lot of other events happening here at Three Kingdoms. Can you tell me a little bit about those events?
Yeah, we have Magic, which is like normal FNMs, standard showdowns. We're actually gonna get some PPTQs and such, and also we're going into Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, eventually down the road, even any sort of card game we're gonna get into someday. So it's exciting. 3 months in, and we're going strong right now. So we're pretty happy.
Absolutely. I mean, this store opened up just 3 months ago, and I already know that this is a place I'm going to be coming to for all of my pre-release events. What type of FNM events do you run here?
For our FNMs, we run a draft, so it's pretty cool. Everybody just comes in, builds their decks, draft, and have a good time.
Draft is my format.
Yes.
That's the format I love the most. That's the format I always want to play, so I'm so happy to hear that that you guys run it. It's also so great for entry-level players because you don't need to own cards. You're going to open up your deck on the day. So I think that's a really great format to have for FNM, and you should all come out and check it out here at Three Kingdoms Games in Midtown. So you brought this sock-shaped bag with you. Do you have things in it? Coal or something horrible? Tim Hortons? Or I have no idea what he's doing. It's Canadian Santa. That's what we go through every year here in Canada. A chicken. Chicken.
Whoa, thank you very much. Can I open this? Oh,
What is it?
it's a recorder.
Ah, yes. The worst instrument. Wait. Did you check it for traps? You always have to check it for traps. That's the one thing about Canadian Santa.
Oh, what is it?
Nobody invited you.
This is very obviously a coal mining cart. There's no
It's a
coal. I think it's a bit of a threat.
I think that's yours.
Well, I don't see any mistletoe or eggnog, so hopefully this is okay.
It's not coal again.
Coal again? Like Colligan's command?
Hopefully it's not coal again. In that box.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
Oh, this is awesome. Got some extra mustaches for myself. So now everyone can be like me at the... Dude, this is actually a pretty good gift from...
Actually, you know, that's the one thing I know you didn't need.
I didn't need more mustaches, but maybe this is the way I can win the Lundstedt. Maybe I'll put a nice little mustache on Mark Anderson and tell everyone that it's me.
Oh, there you go. Can you get off of me?
Oh,
It's Jeff Spicoli with some pizza.
A timely reference from Canadian Santa. Fast Times at Richmond High hasn't been relevant for a very long time. But
Thank you.
he just hit the mic. It's just always the worst. Always the worst thing. What'd you get, Ryan?
What did I get?
Now it is 90% coal. It's
I
Canadian.
didn't get coal. I got an air horn.
Oh wow. Let's probably not use that in the store.
should I open it?
I got you a nice gold present. You know what? This one looks not bad. This one's not bad. I like the way that this one looks. Yeah.
The wrapping paper is really hard to get.
Yeah. You know, it can't be perfect. It's Canadians. Oh, what is this?
Gross.
Just like an eyeball?
Snow globe for an eyeball.
Snow globe.
Does it bounce Canadian Santa? No.
Well, it's a traditional Canadian gift.
Okay.
It's a parachuter, and with a parachute, apparently.
Well, that's a thing, I guess. Big thanks to Canadian Santa.
Thanks.
I feel weird saying that even.
I should have stayed home.
And we are back! I'm Milo, and this is Aaron.
Hello, everyone.
So we got Jeff coming back and playing the Holiday Cube against
Canadian Santa.
I know.
Wah, wah,
We had an
wah.
odd number of people. Canadian Santa was in the room, so he just kind of forced himself into the draft. So there's that.
Like
Hopefully
always.
he loses and we don't have to see him again. He can't even pick up the cards with those gloves. So it's important to note that they both mulled to 6 in this first game. But we just cut that out. So you don't need to see that. We got Canadian Santa on the play, playing Ancestral Vision.
Strong start. I noticed in his deck he also has the Treasure Cruise. Which one do you prefer?
Treasure
Milo?
Cruise or Vision?
Yes.
I
Both
think
both draw 3. One's a good turn 1 play. One's a good later game play.
I definitely think Treasure Cruise is better.
I also would choose the Treasure Cruise over Ancestral Vision, but it's close. It's close. Here, obviously, Ancestral Vision paying dividends.
Yeah, if you played on turn 1, it's better. We got Blood Soaked Champion from Jeff. Jeff's playing more of an aggressive deck.
Big difference from last week.
It is, yeah. Definitely. First of all, the turn 1s weren't as good. I gotta be honest with you.
No.
Not as crazy awesome as last week. We got a Frenzied Goblin. I like this guy. Because when he attacks, you can make something not block. Like a Worm Coil Engine. Which we know that Canadian Santa did not draft.
That's right. Like he's actually playing beaters, like 2 power guys on turn 1, trying to end the game a little bit quickly. And this is where Ancient 2 may not look so great. Is when you're playing a hyper aggressive Rakdos deck.
Yeah, Jeff might actually be happy to see that Ancient Tomb. We got a lot of hand gestures over there from Canadian Santa.
He doesn't seem to know what he's doing.
No. You know, one year, on Christmas, I looked in my stocking and I just saw an IOU for the next year. And that's what it was like growing up with Canadian Santa. For me. But it was not good.
I'm Jewish.
Yeah. So you didn't have to deal with this guy.
No. He and I, we were never buddies. I always had the Festival of Lights. It was a great time. It was fabulous. Here we go, Pernicious Deed.
Yeah.
Classic card here and that's actually a very strong card in this board position. Yeah.
Especially because he used the Forbidden Orchard to cast it. So he can kill that token with the Ancient Tomb.
So that gives Jeff a 1/1 flyer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time he taps it for any color mana. But the reason why that's in the deck is because Canadian Santa is actually playing Oath of Druids.
So that means if your opponent has more creatures, you could get any creature you want in
Yeah.
your deck. Nice little combo.
Oh, I think you
Combo.
reveal off the top,
Yes.
and then
right.
you put a creature into play.
So you don't get to choose, but you could be getting a very much more powerful creature than a 1/1.
But you know what? He could probably even just board out that Forbidden Orchard against... Oh, so Jeff flips the Bonfire on his turn.
So that was off the top.
Yeah, maybe he had no other plays. He didn't want to cast anything.
And that's all it's going to do is deal 1 damage to Santa.
But if he's stuck on lands, because he hasn't played land yet, maybe.
If you have no other play and you're not casting it anytime soon.
Might as well deal that extra damage. Every damage counts when you're playing aggro. Like, every single 1 damage you got to keep track of. Got to get it where you can. Oh, it says target player draws 3 cards, so Jeff just wanted to make sure that Canadian Santa was targeting himself. You never know.
Yeah. It's good to clarify. Make sure that everyone's on the same board state. So Canadian Santa did take 2 there from his own tomb. He tapped it to wipe the board with the Pernicious Deed.
Still better than taking 4 from the flyer and the...
So the Blood-Soaked Champion does have a trigger there. So really, in the end, he could have, instead of casting the
Bonfire,
he could have brought back the the Bloodsoaked Champion to get into this turn.
I think that probably would have been the play. Oh, tapping 3 and exiling his yard.
Whoa.
Including the Bloodsoaked Champion, to cast a Tassiger. But we got a response. We got Forbidden Orchard and a Cryptic Command. So he's going to draw a card and counterspell.
Counter the Tassiger, draw a card.
Yeah.
Seems good. And with that, the Bloodsoaked Champion's exiled.
Yep.
It's gone for good.
I guess that was his plan, maybe. He was short on land and wanted to...
Should Jeff have a 1/1 flyer here?
He does. It's a die. It's on top of the Spellskite's
yes.
face. Or neck.
Yeah. In the white light
Yeah.
emanating from the Spellskite.
All right, we got a Brainstorm. It was a Temple of Malady. He scryed, now Brainstorm. What do you think of Brainstorm? I have some people saying that it shouldn't be in cube.
I think it's probably like one of the weaker cantrips, but if you have shuffle effects, it's a great card. Like it's
would you play
because you get to put any 2 cards back from your hand on top. You could just shuffle those cards away. Those are like big drops that you can't cast for a little while, or just extra lands. You're literally now ditching those cards for cards off the top of your library. I think it's a very strong card if you have shuffle effects.
What about Othanissa? Would you play that if you don't have any shuffle effects?
Othanissa is always great. It goes in... If you're playing green spells, put it in your deck, because it's going to help smooth out your draws every game. It can get you a land, creature, or planeswalker.
I believe so.
Yeah, and it's going to fix all your mana for every planeswalker, so you play completely off-color planeswalkers if you want to get greedy as well.
And he chose Jace the Mind Sculptor as his planeswalker.
Well, there you go.
That's it's not bad.
And he could even cast it right now. So
and then he could Brainstorm a 3rd time for this turn.
Why not just go off?
Or you just start Fate Sealing.
Yeah, make sure Jeff never gets a land again. You know that he's stuck on mana with that Bonfire of the Damned play.
You know what? A lot of the time, too, with these aggressive decks, the 3 mana is all you need. You know?
Yeah.
Maybe he wants to make it so Jeff only draws land.
Santa has a choice. Santa can do what Santa pleases. That's what's nice about Blue, is that once you stabilize, you're in control now, right? Like the game is dictated by you.
And it seems that he Fate Sealed himself. Maybe he's struggling over there. But he had to tap that Forbidden Orchard again.
And the Ancient Tomb.
Jeez! He's just making Jeff's job easy.
Yeah, he could go down to 8. Santa might be too greedy here.
Basically taking 4 damage, 6 damage from just his lands.
Yeah.
Maybe he played the Jace just hoping Jeff would attack it. Please just start worrying about Jace and not me. Nope. Jeff isn't going to fall for it.
You go Lightning Bolt into Rift Bolt into Fire Blast. Or just a Fire Drinker Satyr. Satyr.
Well, he does have Stoke the Flames. That's basically, it's...
Yeah. And now he could cast it. He would have needed the 2nd red, but the red creature could act as the mana.
Oh, wow, yeah. I didn't see that. He probably has that in his hand.
Get that 4 damage to the face.
So I guess he Brainstormed. Plays a Delta. That'll shuffle some things up, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And take him down to 7 in the process. Maybe he'll tap that Forbidden Orchard and the Ancient Tomb as
The Ancient Tomb just needs to move to the side, and he needs to pretend that card doesn't exist. He's getting into really dangerous territory here.
Oh, I think he's going to play a Mana Crypt. No, I'm just kidding.
Is that the game Canadian Santa plays? Is if he kills himself, he feels like he's won?
Yeah, maybe.
If only Mana Burn still existed.
Honestly, I feel the same way about Ancient Tomb. Like, this is every game I play with Ancient Tomb, where I get paired against aggro 3 games in a row, 3 matches in a row, and I'll just keep using it. Like, my life doesn't matter at all.
How does that work out for you?
I lose every time. Every single time I lose.
But do you really?
But I have a good time, yeah, so it doesn't really matter. Is it like I lose, or do I just win in the long run? What is losing?
When you're playing Cube, no one loses.
Yeah, well said. What do we got here? Oh,
there's the treasure cruise.
Oh, he's going cruising.
Fill up that hand again.
Santa's playing a weird game of Magic.
He's playing on his own. He's really not interacting too much with Jeff. He's just like giving Jeff creatures, dealing himself damage, and drawing cards.
Yeah, and brainstorming 3 times a turn, and that Ancient Tomb is to the side. I think maybe he is. Oh, he had to discard because he had too many cards in his hand. Is that what happened?
He's discarding a very powerful planeswalker.
Yeah, he doesn't need that
Vital
Nissa.
Force. No.
Doesn't the Nissa make the Ancient Tomb a creature so it can actually do something?
Yeah, 5/5.
That would be nice.
he doesn't need it.
Yeah, the problem is that Jeff's got those flyers.
How did he get those flyers exactly?
I know, black-red. If only black-red could generate flyers, then it would be really powerful.
One a turn, it seems, is just appearing there.
Yeah. It's like he has a what do they call it?
A spy that's infiltrated Canadian Santa's lands.
He's got a free Bitter Blossom in play. Oh, and the Bushwhacker's going to make him pay real hard for giving him those 1/1 flyers.
Yeah, so that Jeff's entire board is getting +1/+0, and the Bushwhacker itself has haste.
Oh, he's tapping the Orchard. Oh, to repulse the...
Okay. So he's going down to 1?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah.
And tap the tomb.
He needs a Platinum Angel.
Yes.
It's not in my queue.
Yeah, this is I'm checking the deck list here. I'm like,
Alright, what can Santa do here?
And Jeff should have one more 1/1 flyer, but maybe they may have missed it. I don't see it.
Yeah, I think they missed it. Look at these lands.
Yeah. He's very precise with his hand motions, that is for sure. Oh, there it is. Oh no,
well, no,
yeah, you're right. They missed.
They
one,
missed
so
it.
It's still 3. So
we got a show and tell.
Okay, Santa, bring it. What you got?
Maybe it's that late pick Angel of Serenity. Could it be?
Help?
I've got their deck list. I could just take a look.
Elish Norn is going to be my bet.
Oh yeah, probably. Yep,
there it is.
There it is. Elish Norn. Now that'll
and
deal.
The Hell Rider ends the game. Yeah, they're dead.
Well, no, he has. I don't know if he's used Jace yet.
So you could bounce the Hell Rider, but then could he not attack next turn? Well,
he could have a counter
spell. Yeah, we'll see how long this goes. Yeah, he's reading that. Oh yeah, okay. This is gonna kill me. Let's gotta kill it without tapping the tomb. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a close game. Anybody can. You never want to be at 1 when you're against a red deck, right?
No, 1 it's too close to dead.
It's a little too, just a little too low.
Yeah, basically every turn Jeff is gonna have a chance to kill Santa here. Canadian Santa. Let's make this clear. We're killing Canadian Santa. It's okay, people.
Yeah, it's actually really good. It's actually a benefit.
It's a net positive.
Yeah.
Net positive. I think it's in a cube like this where you're playing a lot of the lightning bolts or bolt type thing. You need to be at 4 to, and even that's pretty dangerous. But
yeah, usually I like being at like 30, 40.
But I just don't think you'd be truly ever be stabilized at one. Especially with Jeff still having so many cards in hand.
Yeah. I mean, if I was Jeff, I'd just slam the Hellrider here and see what happens.
Yeah.
He knows about it already. Like,
Counterspell is the only thing that stops it, really. So.
And it'll also
and he
stop
has
your burn
only
spells.
three mana. Because the tomb can't be tapped. There it is.
Is he going to pass a turn? If he doesn't see it. Maybe he doesn't know what life total... Nope, that's game. He's got something.
With the trigger on the stack...
Oh, he said I'm going to move to attack.
Okay, before he actually attacked. Okay,
Yeah.
So another bounce spell. Well, he buys himself a turn.
And a turn goes a long way with a deck like this, where you're brainstorming and...
Yeah, if Jeff might be saving up, maybe he could do double spell in a turn with like two direct damage spells.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's just a single spell a turn, Jeff or Santa might be able to hold that off and just get in with the Elish Norn. It's still 5 turns though with Elish Norn by itself, and he can't tap the orchard or the tomb in that scenario.
Santa needs... the orchard kills the creature immediately because
It's,
but he needs a Jitte. A Jitte would be super nice right now.
Is the Jitte not always super nice?
Yeah. Oh, we got to ponder after the brainstorm from Jace. I'm going to
digging hard. He put all 3 cards on the bottom. And the Jitte is always good because it can gain you life to get out of the hole. It can kill your opponent's creatures, or it can just pump your guy to get in for the kill.
Yeah, I'm looking at his deck here, and maybe he can draw into a Preordain.
Yeah, he's already used the Cryptic Command.
Bribery.
Fast Bond is going to help.
Yeah, Fast Bond is what he needs. All right.
Jeff's going to take 4 here.
Yeah, keep that Ancient Tomb away from... Oh. He's going to do that just to...
That's such a Canadian Santa move.
Yeah, just to rub it in. Oh, no, it dies. Upheaval? Yeah, he's got
Nice call.
And Jeff goes, Chain Lightning. That's a game. Fire Blast.
Did Santa play a land this turn? Do you happen to see?
I did not. I'm assuming he did not.
Because now you could go the Nissa enchantment. Oath of Nissa, yeah. Yeah. This is why Upheaval is the strongest spell in the cube, I think. It is one thing that can bring you back from one in any situation. And if you're getting the mana rocks, if you're having a deck with like Soul Ring and the mana vault and all that, you can just drop like a 5-drop or something right now, and your opponent doesn't have even a single land in play.
Unfortunately, he wasn't able to capitalize on the upheaval. The upheaval was more like a I don't want to die upheaval.
Yeah, which is good upon itself. It's good if you can build around it, or just good as a 23rd spell. Just hey, this is going to save me if I'm going to die.
Yeah,
and we see another blue-green deck where the green is able to have those turn 1 spells to either get down some elves or just make your land draws a little bit better.
Yeah, unfortunately for Canadian Santa, that every mana dork in the cube was taken by Ryan, as we saw in the last round.
I guess he should prioritize them a little bit higher than last pick Findhorn elves.
Yeah, really, right? Oh, he discarded the oath. And he has
and Shieldred. So Living
Ulamog.
Death. Trying to think, like he has all these huge things in the graveyard. Jeff is playing black. Jeff might have some.
Necromancy or Animate
Yeah,
Dead.
animate dead. Exactly. Reanimate. It's one black. You get anything. He's like, boom! I'm gonna take your Elish Norn, your Shieldred.
So he is threatening the win here. And
Oh,
it's
and that's
checkmate. Yeah.
Nice.
All right, that Fire Drinker Satyr. And that Ancient Tomb that Jeff was running was really good. He was running it in Canadian Santa's deck, but
That could not be what Canadian Santa envisioned when he was building this deck. Was to how much damage would he have dealt to himself that game with the Forbidden Orchard and the tomb?
I think it was 19. I think it was.
Jeff got in for that final lethal point, and other than that,
Jeff didn't even need to be there for most of the match. Jeff did top 4 in 2015's Holiday Cube, which you can also see on this channel. And before these guys begin, I just want to say again, big thanks to Three Kingdoms Games for hosting us this year. It's a great store. If you're in the Toronto area, it's Mount Pleasant and Eglinton area. Check it out. So we got a Underground C with a Preordain.
that's an expensive first turn. So $400 followed up by about 25 cents.
That's a foiled Preordain.
Whoa, that's gotta be like $4.
Yeah.
Underground Sea, that's one of my favorite arts.
And we got a Scrubland
Very nice.
into the Blitzsoak Champion.
So we see a White Splash. We haven't seen that. We didn't see that in game 1. Does Jeff have something on the go, or is he just playing mind games?
So, we can see his deck list. We don't know every card in his sideboard, unfortunately. But in his main deck, there's nothing that's white. But there might be something in the sideboard that he can splash into.
But Canadian Santa doesn't know that.
Canadian Santa does not.
So there we go. Canadian Santa dealing himself more damage with his untapped Overgrown Tomb.
So that he can brainstorm. All right, these early turns are super important for Jeff. He's got to get in there and he's got to deal as much damage as he possibly can.
Yeah. Elish Norn is a real threat to Jeff's deck.
Yeah.
We haven't seen anything over 1 toughness. Or we saw the Hell Rider.
Yeah, the Hell Rider.
Hell Rider. Well, there's a 3/3. So although it does have Vanishing 2, but Canadian Santa will take 1
Just
upon
from-
entry, and then when it leaves the battlefield as well.
So at worst, it always shocks
Yes.
the opponent, right? And then the idea is that if you can get in with 3 one time, that's 5 damage for 2 mana. And that goes a long way. That's some serious damage.
And just having the reach of always dealing that 2,
Yeah.
the 2 damage, is really good in aggressive decks like this.
What's another good card for Color of the Untamed? It's 2
Yeah.
mana, you just every turn.
Every turn, yeah.
And we got that Scavenging Ooze. It looks like he boarded this one in just to stop the beating.
Just as an early blocker. This is a card that's pretty good late game for Santa as well, if he was able to cast it then, because he would be gaining him some life and getting a little bit bigger. But right now, is it just a chump block, or maybe he'll save it, try to exile the Marauders and make it a bigger blocker?
And then he can block Bloodsoak Champion.
Yeah, because right now just blocking Bloodsoak's Champion literally does nothing, because Jeff can just recast it. I think Bloodsoak Champion is the Black's best 1-drop. Just being able to, like, right now, if it were to die, you could recast it this turn. Raid is such an easy ability to trigger.
Absolutely. It triggers itself. Like, the Bloodsoak Champion triggers himself.
Yeah, there's 5 damage, because turn 3, he's already at 10.
I mean, Canadian Santa helped.
But you're kind of counting on that in a lot of aggressive decks, right? You know the shocks are there, you know the fetches are there. They're going to be taking life. Something like Mana Crypt, where if your opponent's trying to get greedy and cast big spells, they could end up dead very quick. Jeff's going to take part in the drawing cards frenzy and draw 2.
And we saw that guy finish the game last time. Alright, he exiles the Night's Whisper. Doesn't really gain him life or add a counter, but... I mean, we know that there's a Yagama's Will in Jeff's deck. And Santa doesn't know that, but it's just always good. If you're not going to do anything else with the mana that turn, why not, right?
Mm-hmm. Just good playing. So here it's going to die and take 1, but Santa's going to gain that life right back.
Absolutely. But he is going to take 1 if he pops that fetch land. I don't want to be a naysayer here, but...
I mean, negative Nancy, but...
Yeah.
Your lands are killing you!
You're tearing me apart, lands. You ever see The Room?
No, actually, I just downloaded it. I'm looking forward to watching it because I do want to see. I've seen that. I do want to see the Disaster Artist. And I figure I should try to watch The Room first, or at least certain parts. I don't know if I'll make it through the whole thing. I hear it's pretty bad.
It's good bad though. We are way off topic. All right, so like we thought, we exile Santa exiles the Keldon Marauders.
Yeah.
Pumps up Scavenging Ooze.
What's he gonna block here? Yeah. Because the Satyr has like smoke breathing, like a fire breathing ability for 2 mana. Santa doesn't have a good block there, so he's just chumping the Blood-Soaked Champion, which Jeff is able to recast because Raid is being triggered.
Absolutely. Oh no, but then he could exile it in response.
That's right. So we get into a bit of a war here. How much green mana does Santa have? He only has 1.
I think you can only use that Raid ability as a sorcery. But I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, because you're casting it. Yeah, you're probably right. So Jeff doesn't even attempt to do it.
Oh, stoke. He's stoking the ooze?
That's a bonfire for...
Oh, it's a bonfire.
1, yeah.
Sorry, I thought it was...
No, yeah, you tapped too much mana for it. I guess it was only 3.
Yeah, I guess so.
And...
Oh, he did it for 1, but then Santa saved it.
Yeah, so Jeff didn't notice that his Blood-Soaked Champion could die and that he could bump it up again. So Santa on the back of that Scavenging Ooze is looking not so bad all of a sudden.
And now I'm sure he'd gladly block the Fire Drinker.
Yep.
When it comes in again. Even with the trade. But he did pop the Polluted Delta. He's doing it to himself.
Let's see what he gets here. So all these lands, none of them are going to be helping Jeff at all now. And there's a very powerful card in Jace the Mind Sculptor.
He returns that to the hand. Now, if you were... Would you swing in with... If you were him, would you swing in with the Ooze?
Probably not. I'd play it a little bit safe. I'd wait till I stabilized a little bit more. I made sure... Because Jace is also now really vulnerable. Not just your own life totals. So...
like a Bushwhacker kills Jace.
Yeah, I would have kept the Ooze back, at least for 1 more turn till Jace was a little bit stronger. Or I played something else, but... Because I think if this game goes long, Canadian Santa will probably win, just based on the cards we've seen in his deck so far.
We got Dark Confidant.
Whoa! So who's going to kill each other? Who's going to kill themselves faster? Dark Confidant actually looks really strong in Jeff's deck.
Oh, yeah.
All those low drops. It's just drawing 2 cards a turn. Filtering out those lands.
He's going to Brainstorm instead of bouncing. If you can't deal with the Dark Confidant any other way, I think I would have bounced the Dark Confidant.
Yeah, we'll see what he has in mind. These little creatures he doesn't seem too worried about. He can't cast an Elvish Norn because of he only has access to black, green, and blue.
I'm not even sure he can cast it other than with Show and Tell or Oath of Druids.
Which is that's a pretty risky inclusion in the deck.
Yeah.
Oh, there's something that Jeff likes to see. Rift Bolt, 4 damage to
And
each player.
And that was something he drew off of the Dark Confidant. And he can actually redirect that 4 damage to Jace, right?
Yeah. Yep. So you deal himself 4 and get rid of Jace right now.
But I think you
Or
want
he
to
could
just...
probably just... He might be able to kill him here with 4 damage. He's at 3. He's going to be taking 2 on the battlefield. He has...
If he has a Bushwhacker.
Yeah, anything else to deal an extra combat damage or direct damage before combat. Before Santa's able to activate the Scavenging Ooze ability, the game's just over. Oh no, I didn't see those. Santa has access to 3 mana. Other people probably saw that, but I just saw the 1 green.
He has access to 5 mana, right?
You're correct.
Oh, it's a Stoke the Flames. Plus Flame Rift.
Mm-hmm.
No counterspell? Nope. That's it. The Dunsky. So that was the match.
That was a quick one. Yep. Yeah. That's what aggro wants to do. Finish her quick.
All right, join us next week for another match. The finals.
The big one.
See you
the big Ponderosa.